Joining us, we're going to take a sharp turn there. Joining us right now is the head coach of the USC women's basketball team, Lindsay Gottlieb. Lindsay, thanks for coming on. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Excellent. We were just talking about bagpipes. Do you have any opinion on bagpipe music?
You know what? I didn't know where this interview was going to go, but one time in my life, I dated a guy who was Scottish, and I spent many months in Scotland back and forth, but that was enough bagpipes for me for my life.
Wow, that's amazing. We mentioned it to exactly the right person. That's fantastic.
Sure did.
You've got bagpipe experience. All right, so tonight, huge night at Galen Center. Obviously, UCLA is the number one team in the country. Lauren Betts is terrific. As you think ahead to this matchup, how do you stop Lauren Betts?
That's a great question. It's not an easy task. I think, there's a couple things, right? Like people have tried to guard her one-on-one, and then the alternative is to double team her. I think we are more equipped than a lot of teams to go at her with some one-on-one because we have multiple bigs, and we also have the ability to double. So we'll mix up those coverages, but really trying to either guard Lauren or limit her might be in everything else we do, playing in transition, right? Like the pace of the game, making it more USC style than a UCLA style has to go into it as well, the way our guards pressure the ball. So it's going to be a team effort for sure. She's a really terrific player, and they're built around her.
How exciting is it for you to coach someone like JuJu Watkins, just from the idea of like the star factor, and that there's really a lot of wind behind her in terms of people recognizing she has that type of charisma?
For sure. I mean, I would say that, there's no denying her magnetism, but what's, I think, great about coaching JuJu is what we see every single day and the type of, student athlete she is, the respect she has for the craft, all the stuff we see without the lights. And then to see the impact she has on the community. I mean, we're playing in front of 15,000 people in Indiana, and we see JuJu buns and braids and dads with their daughters who want to bring them to see JuJu. I just think the cultural impact is so cool. I've always tried to kind of center our players and make it about them, but when you see the crowds here and the excitement in Galen, there's just no doubt that her charisma has so much to do with that, and that's something that I don't know, it's just really neat to be a part of. And
the context here is amazing because we thought when Caitlin Clark came along that maybe women's basketball was it's not just a moment. Like, women's basketball has arrived. I know more women's basketball player names than I do men's basketball player names. What's it like to coach in that environment when the sport is really exploding?
Well, those of us who've been here, have known it was Caitlin's incredible, but there was Stewie and there was Maya Moore and there was Cheryl Miller and there were all these other great players. It's just the coverage changed, and Caitlin moved that needle so significantly. As in addition to all the work that's gone into, people saying, "Hey, we need to, have more media coverage of women's basketball." And now here we are, and there's JuJu, right? And there's other stars too, and now we're covering them, and so it's just incredible to be part of that explosion of coverage. I think the talent has been here, but now the showcase on, these young kind of generational stars, someone like JuJu and her teammates, is just, it's really neat to see, because when I got the job here, there were, I don't know, 700 people in the building, and now, we're sold out tonight. So it's really cool to kind of be part of that transformation.
Is it rewarding for you, just like in the sense of you've been around the game for a long time, and it hasn't always been this way, and you've seen this buildup, and now where we are now?
It's incredibly rewarding. There's not a moment that goes by in any of our games here at Galen that I'm not appreciative of where we were and where we've come relative to the fan support and the attention on this sport and the opportunities it gives these young women. And like you said, it's not a moment. It's not turning back, right? It's good business. It's, companies that invest in this sport, and these women are getting paid dividends and returns, and it's going to just continue to grow. So it's never lost on me how neat the transformation has been.
Well, listen, we will be watching tonight on Peacock. It's sold out. You can't get into this game. It's going to be a wild atmosphere, and of course it's UCLA. They are undefeated. You guys 21-2. Excited to see JuJu Watkins tonight, and congratulations on where you are right now. I know you're just partway up the road, and you got a long way to go, but it's an amazing start to the season, and we can't wait to see where you guys go.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate the coverage and speaking to you guys. And hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Okay, cool. There's Lindsay Gottlieb, head coach of the USC women's basketball team. 21-2.
It's like women. It's not even just women's basketball. Women's sports are
In
having
general.
it. Like my daughter plays volleyball, and I can't tell you. I've learned a lot about girls volleyball over the last couple of years. Women's volleyball is massively popular now, like across the country. College volleyball, like it's really real. I've been to the Galen Center watching the women's team play. It's really fun.
And who knew? Lindsay Gottlieb, a lot of time in Scotland.
Bagpipe experience.
Sick of bagpipe music.
Never again.
Yeah, never again. I did that. See, that was, by the way, I'd done my research. I knew she was connected to Scotland. I thought, wouldn't it be great to do this bit right before Lindsay Gottlieb so we could get her reaction to it? And now there we are.
How many people believe that?
That is a professional radio broadcaster.
I did not expect for Lindsay Gottlieb to tell us she's off Scottish men forever. Did not see that coming.
Actually, what she said. Yeah. All right. I got a question.